Where are we at?
438 all out. So India batted 5 sessions. And Ashwin's 50, first against the West Indies. 4, he's got tons against them. That's the reason why.
First 50?
Yeah. 4
against West Indies?
Yeah.
He's got hundreds.
400s he's got.
I know, that's why I'm surprised.
First 50.
First 50. He averages 60.
60 against the West Indies. Magic, he can do anything.
I think he averages overall 50 something against West Indies. In West Indies, his average is even higher.
Yeah, it is. He can do anything. Can take wickets for fun. Can score runs for fun. Fielding also. He can make the earth move. He can make technology move. Look at the DRs that he overturned.
Don't cover up.
Yeah. He can field.
He's a good catcher.
Yeah.
Ground fielding, less said the better.
But he's an outstanding bowler.
Brilliant.
And a very handy bat. Very, very handy. In fact, we don't always get our predictions right. We get a lot of them wrong as well. But here, when you're looking at the batting line, at least I'd said that Ishan Kishan, I don't have too much faith. The rest of the batting order, I do not, when we were looking at the tail, when Jadeja and Virat were batting.
Yep.
Ishan Kishan, not too much I was hoping from. Tail, I wasn't hoping anything from. Ashwin, yes.
We knew.
Runs.
Yes.
Were going to come.
Yeah.
And he was batting Bairstow style at that time. Hitting
Ram
4,
shots,
6,
Ram shot, pull shots.
playing with the tail. So
Yeah.
he knew, just as Bairstow was doing it in the Ashes Test match, he was doing it here.
Yep.
Incredible batting, Ravi Ashwin. But the day belongs to, once again, Virat Kohli.
Yep.
And again, I want to point out, even if I'm talking like a stuck record, because a lot of you still harping on the kind of bowling, kind of this. How many hundreds have India got in this innings?
Only 1.
There you go. If it was as mediocre as you all are claiming it to be, if the conditions were as beautiful to bat on as everyone thinks it is, then you should have got 3 centurions, 4 centurions.
I mean, you should have been
minimum 3.
438 for 2. You should have been 438 for 2.
Minimum 3 centurions.
Yeah.
No good batting track against a weak bowling lineup. Should have got. Why is it there's only one man got 100? So please, once again, give credit to the guy who's now taken you. By the way, I think they've fallen short on expectation, because if you remember what was our discussion when we started this test match, even before the first ball had been bowled, when we got to know about the toss, what was the discussion? When is India going to declare?
But they didn't have to declare.
They were bowled out.
But even in our calculation of when are they going to declare, it was day 2 tea time.
Yeah.
Which we are. But
at 500 runs.
550.
550, yeah.
But you're not even 450.
Yes.
Because the mistake everyone made, we saw that first session where they got 120 odd.
No
first
wickets
session,
lost.
no wicket loss. So we did the calculation, which is the wrong thing to do, clearly. And we assumed that by tea, you'd be at 550 and then declare or all out, whatever.
Yeah.
It's gone till tea. So that bit of the prediction is right. They're all out. But 438, which I think, it's not in the context of a test match that you're saying it's less or more or whatever. It's just the kind of expectation that you had, which again is a point that run scoring isn't that easy. Which brings me to the other question. We have, for a day 3 test match, 4 sessions.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I think West Indies.
Are we coming here on Sunday and doing a late night shift? But Shane has an easy answer. He can say I'm off. So
yeah. I don't think you're going to see a late night shift, but I think this test is heading into the 4th day.
So Sunday we are coming at 7:30. We are live.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. 7:30 we are live.
Yes.
Discussing what might
happen. I think the WA batters might show a bit more application considering what happened at Dominica. So they want to put in a better show. So getting them out, it won't be like you're running through them in a session or something.
Let's see. I think by tomorrow we'll be done and dusted.
By tomorrow?
Ooh.
No.
4 sessions.
4 sessions.
I think you'll need 5 or 6.
Look, the way the pitch is spinning, the amount of turn you have Jaddu and Ash.
Yeah. I would say 5-6 sessions you would need.
So we won't.
Suppose if they make 200, I don't see India enforcing the follow-on.
I think they'll.
That's interesting.
Yeah, actually, will they enforce the follow-on?
Because, if they get them all out of 120, 130, yes, they are. But if they get 200, 220,
So then for the safe side, they'll bat.
they will. Which is why I think you will
Bat and then do what?
Get another 200 runs.
get one more chance for likes of Gill.
Then never mind Sunday. We're coming on Monday also to discuss
No,
this.
but
thing.
what purpose did that solve by getting another 200 and giving them a target of 400?
No, I agree.
But maybe one more chance for Gill, one more chance for Rahane to ensure that
But
they get
you
runs.
play test matches like that. Would you rather be a few days off because your ODI start immediately after?
27th, yeah.
Yeah, in fact, the white ball schedule is pretty.
Hectic.
Yeah.
From 27th to 13th, you're playing a total of 8 matches.
It's robust, to put it politely.
How much is it? 17 days, 8 matches. If you're
That's
playing
basically 2 days. Every 2 days you're playing a match.
27th, 29th, and then you got on 1, 3, 5, 7.
So wouldn't you want those few days off?
And
You propagated that theory.
I
anyway.
propagated that theory, it worked. But I think the Windies batters might put up a bit more of a solid display in Trinidad. I think they might. And if they get it to 200, 210, then I think India may not be that brave enough to enforce the follow-on.
Why not?
I hope so, but I don't think so. They will want, say, Gill or Rahane to score runs. Simple.
Gill 3, Rahane 5. Kill me.
I mean, if you're wanting to score aggressively, one of them might get out cheaply. Then you get Gillen.
No, you're looking too far ahead. I doubt any of that thing.
However, this theory might work if they get all out for 100 in today.
120 odd.
The third day,
They're getting out in one session.
it happened in Dominica.
Pushing it.
No, but if
They
they get
happen in one session.
I mean, they
Two
got
sessions,
8
no?
wickets,
Two.
1.5 sessions.
Yeah.
So I think 1.5 is still feasible.
Yeah.
Still feasible. One session would be underselling even this West Indies team.
Yeah, I mean, 120, 130, then they will.
Then they will
enforce the
follow
follow-on.
on. Yeah, because 300
But
odd runs.
200, 220, I don't think they will.
I'd say I'll be brave and say even 150, 160 if they can get them on, they'll still enforce the follow on.
Yeah.
You should back your bowlers.
Anything
Come on.
under 200, they will enforce
Yeah.
the follow-on.
Acha, let's take a few questions. Let's see.
Yeah, but I think fourth day, I think it will go. Unfortunately or fortunately, if you're a test match fan, these kind of roller coaster predictions will have to happen. So, Anurag, can we just take some questions? Yeah. Okay. Sudhanshu Saxena from the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
He's saying day 4 close, I guess. Missed meeting you at WTC final. Next time for sure, Nikhil.
And thanks for the love.
Yep, this is the best show around. Kudos, Team Sports Today. Love from London. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Sudhanshu.
Sudhanshu, for your kind words. We just try and have fun.
Yep.
That's all we try and do. But next time, yes, when I'm in UK, we'll definitely, touch base. Let's take a few questions. Dex is saying, because we spent a lot of time discussing the other day, Yashasvi Jaiswal, who does he remind you of? I think we came up with a lot of names, but the one that we kind of all agreed, and it's not to say he's 100% replica, but the closest he comes to was Saurav Ganguly.
Yeah.
But Dex believes David Garr. Not at all, Dex.
The closest anybody came close to David Gower was Stephen Fleming.
Yeah.
Yes. That backlift and the way how he had those drives and the straight drives. it
Or
never
in
David
certain shots, Saurav Ganguly. Certain shots.
Gower. Certain shots.
But not overall.
Like
Not overall.
maybe the cut shot could be like Ganguly.
Yeah.
Fleming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
David Garr was poetry in motion when he was batting. Elegant, lazy elegance. That's what you attributed to David Garr. So no. Lazy elegance, no. Not Yashasvi, no.
Everything is power packed. So
Yeah. Garr was very different.
Yep.
Okay, Vignesh Konar is asking, do you think Mukesh Kumar has potential like Hazelwood, Boland, McGrath like bowler movement? Oh, it is.
Let's wait and watch.
Vignesh.
if he can be even like Boland, we'll be happy. Yeah? Because Boland is again someone who.
Vignesh. See, firstly, I mean, you're comparing him to like Hazelwood and McGrath and all of that. That's like too far-fetched. First that. Secondly, you can look at it in another way. If you missed our pre-show chat today, where Siddhartha didn't even consider Gillespie or Brett Lee or Nathan Bracken or like any bowlers.
I didn't consider Bracken.
What a moment. There's Sonny Gavaskar, 100 Test, West Indies, India. So they're presenting him with a memento of India, West Indies, and no better guy to receive it from India's behalf than the man who ruled the Caribbean, who's
13 centuries, 2,700 runs.
Who's I'll tell you this story, told to me by another journalist. No, I wasn't there on that tour. I've been to a few tours to the West Indies, but this story, he goes like they're in a queue. I think it was Trinidad only, in the immigration queue, reaching the airport and waiting, trying to get into, and it's Mr. Gavaskar's turn, and he goes in, and he's I think flying in from US, and at that time you really didn't need a visa for majority of the islands. A visa was an arrival, barring one or two islands had that you had to, and probably he'd missed it and he had landed without getting visa for that island. He needed to, and for each nationality is very different. For that particular island, earlier maybe when he was traveling it was on arrival, maybe it was changed last few years, he didn't know, and he had I think already gone to a couple of islands which was fine. He got visa on arrival, and then he reached Trinidad or Antigua, one of those places, I can't remember. He reaches and shows his passport, and he says, oh, the Indian passport, but where is your visa? So he said, but it's always visa on arrival. But he's like looking down and just looking at the visa, and then he goes and checks the name, the guy, and then he stops and he reads Sunil Gav. Then he looks up and he sees Sunil Gav. He gets up, he says, no problem. He takes him to where you get the visa on arrival, which is given to few other nationalities, not Indian. Gets him a visa on arrival, so because he just couldn't believe it. I think he got up and said, are you Mr. Gavaskar? Are you the real Sonny Gavaskar? And he said, yes, I am. And then he took him. So he is a legend in the Caribbean. In fact, they have a calypso named after him, a song named after him.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah, I know the chorus of that one. It was Gavaskar, the real master. Just like a wall, they couldn't get Gavaskar out at all. Just like the wall, they couldn't get Gavaskar out at all. Something like that.
Wow.
It was by a calypso singer, and the name will come to me. Lord Realtor.
Yeah.
Okay. Was he the one who sang the same thing for Alf Valentine and...
May have.
Yeah.
He was quite famous.
Sonny Ramadhin and Alf
Valentine. And by the way, Sonny Ramadhin and all of those guys are mentioned in this calypso as well.
Okay.
A few of the West Indian bowlers are mentioned. I just remember the line which would come again and again. So this was the Gavaskar, the real master. Just like the wall, they couldn't get out Gavaskar.
Lord Realtor.
Lord Realtor. I told you. See the line.
Yeah.
The line goes. It was sung like this. It was Gavaskar, the real master, just like a wall. You know, the West Indies could not out Gavaskar at all.
Yeah.
The West Indies couldn't out Gavaskar at all. So this was the chorus. And knowing the language, you know that they speak Patois, which is broken English.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the line goes on like that. So Gavaskar is the master.
Yep. I mean, mutual admiration began even before 1971, isn't it? I think he was a big fan of Rohan Kanai. That's why he
named his son
Rohan.
And you know why he was a big fan of Rohan Kanai? He liked the fact that Rohan Kanai was one of those gritty batters who would get hit so often on his body, but he would never flinch, and this tough guy.
Yeah.
And that's what he loved about Rohan Kanai. But he was a huge fan of Garfield Sobers as well.
Of course, I mean,
He considers him the greatest ever.
The 60s had those two guys, Kanai and Sobers.
Yep.
And of course, the three W's, Worrell, Walcott and Weeks. Oof.
I'll tell you another Gavaskar story now in the subject. So you know that in the West Indies, everyone's a cricket expert, right? Everyone.
Yeah.
So he's like, this is one time where he said he wasn't getting some runs. Not the 71 tour, obviously. Must have been a subsequent
76.
tour. Maybe in few innings he wasn't getting runs. Maybe in a few one day games, whatever he wasn't. So he's like, I am grumpy, and he goes and sits in the bus. Pretty upset, you know, that he's not getting run. Team is yet to come. He goes and so he's like, there's a guy who's standing, and he's from there. He said, I can see him in the corner of my eye, but I'm like really not in a good mood, and I'm just looking, and he's going like, hey master, hey master. So he's like, I know he wants to talk to me, and I know West Indians, they all want to give me some. And he's like, I'm totally not in a mood to like pay any attention to him. So he says a couple of times, master. He said, I completely ignore him. I'm just like sitting, not looking there. So he tries again. He's like, master. So he's like, I still don't look at him. So I say, but he's persisting, right? He's going on and on. He's like, I get so angry, and he's like, I'm almost like it's, you know, riling up my temper. And he's like, now I've got a mouthful of abuses, and I'm going to hurl it at him. And which point when I was like, realize I'm going to do it, it's like I'm looking, and I just like look there to really scream at him. He said, look, and in that second I just stop. He said, because I see that guy. So he's wearing a white ganji. He's standing there. He said his arms are the size of my thighs, and he's standing like that, and he's saying, so I was like, look, and he's like, I just stopped. So I was like, I don't know what to say. So I said, and he says, in that second, just instincts, so my tone changes, and with me, instead of hurling up, I say, yeah, tell me, what is it? So he says, get them eyes checked. So he's like, I didn't know. Get them eyes checked. So he said, understood. So he's basically trying to tell him that maybe with age, your eyesight's just gone a bit. So get them checked, and that'll be the solution to your problem. Maybe you need to wear spectacles or something. Wow. So he said, I listened to him. I said, yeah, sure. I get them checked. It's like, I go on from there. No messing with him.
I know, but I remember a similar kind of incident. I think when Kapil Dev once said it in Australia. I think it was his first major tour there, first or second.
About Australia?
About Australia. Kapil Dev was supposed to go from his hotel.
81, no?
Yeah. He took the taxi. He was supposed to go to the Melbourne cricket ground. So the driver was asking,
78, 79 made his debut, so would have gone 81. Yeah.
So the driver asked him, where are you going to die?
Where are you going to die? To die.
He thought, why is he asking, where am I going to die? But then,
to die.
To die. So, my goodness.
To die.
He said, to die. Oh, he meant now.
Today.
So, that was one hilarious thing that, get your eyes checked. I mean, the guy,
Get them eyes checked.
I mean, the way how they speak, it often can put you off. I mean, you go to Yorkshire, you go to the north of England.
Yeah.
When they speak, my goodness.
Jeffrey boycott.
Boycott at least makes sense. The others, suddenly, rapidly, if they speak, you're right there. Okay, what do you just say? Are you okay? Okay, I'm fine. Thank you.
One question I want to answer. He says, Nikhil sir, did you ever have a chance of meeting Alvin Kalicharan? I had a chance of meeting him, not in the West Indies, but in India.
Wow.
So he came for a tournament a friend of mine organized in back of beyond UP.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. He's from Trinidad, right?
No. Guyana.
Oh, even same as Ron Kanai.
Yes. From Guyana. Yeah. Nice. In fact, the story. I mean, Kalicharan during that if you remember that game that India played at Berbice where they beat West Indies for the very first time, 83. That game, it's the only time that the game was played at Berbice on that ground.
Yep.
Albion Park or whatever it was called.
Albion.
Yeah. So there, that particular game, there was a bit of a ruckus. There was a bit of fighting in the West Indian stands between Indian origin Guyanese people and the local or the black population. Between them, there is a fight because there is already tension because of Kalicharan not being in the team. So the Indian West Indians of Indian origin allege bias that because he's of Indian origin, they not picked him. So there's already a lot of tension. and because Kalicharan is not part of the team.
And anyway, after 83, Kalicharan became a very polarizing figure, no? Went to the rebel team.
Yeah, rebel toe. Yeah.
So that
Yep. So bye game started.
Yep.
We instead of it was a tea break, so we gave you tea time stories.
Yep. Brathwaite and Tej Narayan.
We'll see at the end of the day's play. Quick prediction: how many wickets end of the day play?
4.
Yeah, 4.
That's quite precise. 4. I would have also said 3-4, but just because you guys have said 4, I'll say 5.
Okay.
But I think what you guys have said is a safer bet, safer
Yeah.
option to stick with. 3-4 seems realistic, but I'm going 5.
5.
Let's see.
Yes.
We look forward to your company. End of the day's play, as always.
Yep.
Bye. See you. Take care.
Bye.